Hey everybody, very nice to meet you. I am PTC Pet. Thank you for visiting the Daily Zoom of Troncase. I am PTC Pet from the Netherlands. I will be your host of today. I've been working full-time in crypto for the last years now, and what I've learned from it is that we need something decentralized and trustworthy, as we all have been heard plenty of times before. I've been given the opportunity to lead the Zoom of Troncase and of course the community towards steady daily profits, which makes me grow a lot as a person and as a marketeer. I'm doing this now since 4 weeks and I'm constantly leveling up. So I'm proud to present my mentor and the person who's guiding me on taking it to the next level. I will give him a short introduction and talk about some of the things that he achieved, and then he's going to take it away. All of the 5 companies that Eric has chosen in his 10 years are still operating today. But because of human factor kicking in changes from management or owner side, he had to say goodbye to those companies for the best interests of his people. As I'm honored to have found a mentor who's also caring for his people and not only for his own profits. So here I'm going to introduce him. He's also one of the people that proves you do not need to be among the first to start in a company to become the highest earner. He joined Wellstar, a 10-year-old German company, and within 10 weeks he was crown ambassador and known as the highest earner. So I present to you Eric Neuron. Take it away, my man. You're unmuted. I'm kicking out 2 people and then I make you host.
Okay, excellent. By the way, we will have no issues with the chat at all, starting from 5 hours from now, because we're going to have a Google file coming in, and that will be the link, the only link that will be shared in the chat. And so people can fill in their wallet address, who invited them, their country, and then of course the winners are coming from that side. So we will have 0 of confusion on the actual chat. Okay, so now plenty of course of cryptocurrency news coming in as well. By the way, congratulations to whoever actually got in at 0.06 of a value for the TRX, 0.026 US dollars per Tron. That's on a discount. Also, the current 0.034 is also, I believe, a major discount for Tron. And even the Wall Street is today contemplating about pushing Tron very heavily because it's simply the best smart contract out there to build on, right? The best blockchain because of super low fees and because of very fast transactions. All right, so I just did an update, so I'm gonna get the file for you as well. And we can get started with the presentation. So I just spoke to an Estonian newbie this morning, and he knows nothing about smart contracts, slightly about blockchain, and through there he suddenly, I mean, he was just like lost when he got into the call, but he suddenly lit up in a most massive way because he's been a regular investor in markets also, and he knows what the human factor and what the Wall Street manipulation can do. And so he was just like, okay, this is it for me. And now I'm not just coming to put in some of my TRX, but also to build this business heavily. So it's really, really charming to see those looks in people's faces. And mind you, people, you know, what we have done in the last years collectively, right, is, you know, hundreds of thousands of people have opened up their first ever cryptocurrency wallets due to the efforts that you and I and everybody has been making in the network marketing field. So sooner or later, most of these people are going to just come to you and say like, hey, thank you so much for introducing me to this amazing space. And hopefully they will be as keen about an awesome industry such as network marketing also. So let's get into the actual presentation here. Yes, slight confusion, but all good. Now, so why it's called the Next Generation Community Program is simply because this project, you know, the tech team behind it, online marketing team, psychologists, the financial analysts, they did work for more than 3.5 months to really get this to a stage whereas it's both psychologically, practically, and with open developments, the smart contract to look at on the market today. We have in the next 10 days the launch of 2 major products. Doesn't matter if you're in Tron with 4 million Tron, or sorry, in Troncase with 4 million or just 100 TRX, then you will be treated exactly the same. You will get the same products. And later we have more developments coming up, of course. So it doesn't make sense. I mean, for the life of me, I have no idea why other smart contracts have not yet actually done some outside work to provide people with legitimate, good products that normally people have paid money for many years already. All right, and this is what will happen here very shortly. Also, the top performers pool, all right? The 24 hours starts at 1 a.m. CET this coming morning. That is 3 to 12, 9 hours, 11 hours from now, people, 11 hours from now. And let me just introduce you to this massive development. So a whopping 1.2% from the daily turnover will be shared between the top 10 performers. All right, we will shortly make a post about that. And so the top producer, direct commissions producer receives 25% of that. That's daily, a 0.3% from the global turnover. That's what it equals, people. 0.3% clean of the full turnover. Very easy to calculate. And our back office is already calculating that to perfection, people. There's no mistake about the leaderboard. And so it's right there in front of your eyes right now. And let's just use it well. And so we're going to share also what's the sharing between the other levels. So it's 25%, 15%. I believe it was 10. We're going to be sharing exactly in 1 hour or so. Now, so that's an amazing result. But what has been done already is something that Patrick will be talking to you about, which is the 2 Troncase audit reports. I mean, my American great leaders, they actually gave a call to the audit report company that formulated it. And they confirmed double that they were in fact the ones to formulate it and to make sure that there's 0 backdoors built into the contract. So it is exactly what it is. And so Patrick will be filling you in on the open contract, public for everyone to see, and so on. Now, we do really have complete decentralization. We can be proud of the transparency, more proud, in fact, than any other smart contract, because it was already butt naked in front of us, but to some extent, kind of speaking, sizzle tongue, right? I refer to Harry Potter a lot. Sorry, my daughter in the background, she just loves him to bits. That's how she learns her English. The future network marketer, of course, not a university student, I hope. And so now with the developments, then today you can see absolutely everything which is happening in your downlines, every single level, the volumes and the amount of contributions on each level, plus infinity, plus 11 levels, plus 100 levels. So it is truly remarkable what this tech team was capable to do. And so that is why we can do all sorts of promotions now. And we have full overviews, who's needing some help, who is the really major producer, and to help them out and to get in there and involve yourself in those webinars, for example. We got many webinars now happening all over the planet, people, and 140 countries have seen Troncase, at least clicking on it. So now immutability means that the contract is simply between you and the smart contract. It's a law that cannot be bent or broken in any way, and just it keeps on producing the payouts also exactly like it's supposed to. Now, so we plan to be, let's say by the end of 2021 at around 16 billion TRX turnover and total active participants of 2 million. That we honestly believe can be reached, but even if we do 100 times less volume and less participants, then we are still in running a very healthy smart contract. Currently, we have more than 89% rise per week in average, and also, of course, it's just paying out just under 10% per week. So really healthy growth, and even more healthy graphic for the smart contract, because your active income, people, is not limited to anything. All right, you can go in there with 100 TRX, a real community program for any country. They can afford it, and then earn unlimited active incomes on 11 levels. Now, maximum deposit here is 4 million TRX, which is around just over 100,000 US dollars. If you put that into a bank and the bank goes bankrupt, then they cannot guarantee you the full amount back to you because they are insured only for 100K maximum. So of course, here and everywhere, there's risk. And so do your own due diligence, pretty please. Now, of course, there's no guarantees of income here, but we just got started in a very healthy way. And there will be the products and the other smart contracts contributing on top of the amazing online marketing team, which shares the 8% from the whole turnover with the tech team, which is more than fair because they don't hold any positions above or below us, and they feed all the leads, all the leaders, and all the TRX into the downlines of the networkers in different countries separately. So we are looking for many country managers. In fact, if you know of a really cool and active leader in your country right now, and the country has not been yet announced, such as Germany, such as USA. Well, these have been announced already. I'm just gonna, I just tell you which countries cannot be selected. That's USA, Canada, Mexico, Germany, and Malaysia. So now everything else is open. And trust me, it would mean a lot to you if the country manager is your first level. All right, so now 1% we have for every 24 hours anyways, for everyone equally. Now, if you decide to hold your passive income, which accrues towards 300%, I mean, there must be a cap somewhere. By the way, at 300%, you have no obligation to recontribute. Your active income still keeps falling straight out of the contract every time directly into your wallet. You don't even have to withdraw that, right? But for every 24 hours that you do not withdraw, the passive is liquidatable at all times for you, accruing every 4 seconds. You can see it live. Then for every 24H, you get 0.1% extra via the personal hold bonus. And so in 6 days from today, if you go in today, you could be at 1.5% and running every day at 1.5% already. Now, at that stage, or also in the stage of 1.2, 1.3, 1.4% in between, then any given time that you add to it, then the new contribution will run exactly the same high percentage instead of starting from the 1%. But if you withdraw in between, then that means that you go back to 1%, and then again, step by step, in 6 days, you are back at 1.5% daily. So we have done a good job for now. We are almost 7% now from the community bonus, the first community bonus. But if you look at the right-hand side of this slide, please, then by the time we start to hit those 3 bonuses that provides everybody with an even higher passive reward, then we will have a very healthy contract balance. Also because we have the highest pool, reserve pool, exactly for the passive payouts, which is 72.25% of the whole turnover. All right, that is remarkable. That means they really care for the people. They want this to go long time on the market, with extra products, with extra smart contracts, which will be then connected to profit production, and then also throwing some of their turnover into Troncase. Troncase will always be the main focus. Now, contract balance bonus, let's get into that. 80 million TRX contract balance, which we already have reached around 10 million contract balance, by the way, people. So we're just ×8, and we have hit that bonus as well. Now, that's a 0.2% extra for everyone. That brings the maximum to already 1.7%, and that we can hit 5 times up until we are at 400 million TRX. The contract is all the time checking for that to happen, and so it's beautiful. We know exactly where we stand because everything is fully transparent. So community bonus on top of that can hit another 0.5% total for every 50,000 contributions on the platform. And we are already at 3,300, I think. So 0.1% for every time we hit 50,000. And leader bonus, also simple. Contract calculates how much commissions we have been earning as a community altogether. If we hit 20 million, we hit a 0.1 extra. We hit 40 million, we hit another 0.1 extra. All right, and that's, I think, quite simple to understand, but at the same time, it's highly motivating, of course. So another good news, on top of not having stress levels and not having any way for your active incomes or your passive incomes to get stuck, right? I mean, the point is that the active falls straight out of the contract, and you do not need to recontribute at 300% from your passive because the active still keeps coming. But on top of that, all the 11 levels are immediately open for everyone from the day one, all right? So very simple and understandable. Now, one version to become a strategist, then before I get into that, I would say that if you don't withdraw, and you can, as I mentioned, any day, any hour, all the time. But if you don't withdraw, then it already accumulates 100% back in 68 days from the moment that you go in. And if you withdraw a couple of times during that time also, you're passive, then it's probably around 69, 70, 71 days to reach 100%. So you could put your alarm clock for that time and then decide if to recontribute, looking at the contract balance, looking at the amount of the people, what's the real deal here, and the products, of course, by that time, for sure. Also maybe the other contracts, and then make a balanced decision. If you recontribute at that time what has been accruing, you reach 300% in your first 169 days total. If you just go in there with one contribution, then you reach in 201 days your 300% if you don't withdraw. If you do withdraw, then again, it just goes 1-2 days further to maybe 203 days or so. Now, so contribution 10,000 accruing towards, for example, 30,000. Then you keep the 10, you're risk-free. Then you click forward at 20,000 TRX going towards 60K, and you keep 20,000, which is already your pluses. All right, and of course, then you continue 40,000 into 120,000 TRX. Just put it into a calculator, people. What is, for example, 120,000 times 0.035 even? I mean, it's quite a crazy amount already. And so last but not least, then I would like to show you that we have a Troncase chatbot. It is really something, whereas it can answer thousands of inquiries at the same time, 24/7. And also then you can click on all the options there. You can click on the language, then download your own PPT, for example, whatever is necessary. More and more of these languages are coming up, and we already have, I think, over 15 now. So official channels, Troncase and Troncase official, all right? t.me/Troncase, people, is the one where we start to do the promotions for the leaders, for the regionals, and also today's big announcement is coming as the first thing at t.me/Troncase, all right? You hear it over there first because that's for the leaders. And if you got any other inquiries, then trust me, the email support people are really looking forward to your emails, simply because the contract has been running absolutely perfectly from day one, and they don't get a lot of mail, guys. It's like an unfortunate movie scene, you know? They just sit there and wait. So now I think that's about it from my side. It does make sense to really get excited over this project. there are multiple teams from the regular business side, from analytics, from the tech side, from the online marketing side, whose team has been producing incredible results in Google Ads, in remarketing, in pushing traffic, also in the previous years, right? And so trust the process. It's worth it to get excited about Troncase. And I'll give it back to you, Patrick, now, who has done such an incredible job and who's really growing as a marketer. Thank you.
Well, it was an awesome presentation again. It went quite smooth today, I have to say. No errors or no people drawing pictures in the middle.
That only happened one time, right? So, of course, now I give it back to Patrick, the actual rights as well.
Then I'm gonna guide you guys through with how to deposit, how to read the audit report, and of course, how to check the contract balance. As that's a question that's also been asked. We do not disqualify people only if they're really annoying and constantly saying the same message in the chat. As we just have 10 winners and we have, let's say, 45 people in the chat, so that's always not everybody can be a winner, but we have 4 Zooms today, so do not fear. Of course, you can check it here. We have 3,329 people in the smart contract, and we launched 4 weeks ago, so that's an amazing statistic. And you can see there's over 15 million TRX deposited in Troncase. You can check here the first audit report. That's the first one is from Taylor-Script.in. That's a company that is specialized in checking for backdoors in company, for exit scams. They are trusted and well known. They guarantee the impossibility of an exit scam in the Troncase smart contract, and of course that there's no exit code. They offer additional information, and you can check the signature and scan the QR code for more information. But I'm going to take you through the second report. This one I like myself more because I always willing to learn and I want to know what I'm working with. This one shows you more basics. It shows you the bad things people can do to hurt a contract. It shows you a little bit about overflow attack, short address attack, delegate calls. Really interesting if you want to know some more. Of course, you can read this in your own time. I'm going to take you to the summary. And that is, there is no critical vulnerabilities found in the contract, and also no medium vulnerabilities found in the contract. Here you can read a little bit about which kind of language we use. We use Solidity 5.10. So you can check it. And the summary of the audit, so the overall explanation. There is no backdoor to run funds from the smart contract, and we are classified as safe. Now let me take you through how to deposit. If you go a little bit down to the side, you can see here. First, we will need to get some TRX. You can get that from Binance, Bitfavo, Roku app, Changely. Depending on where you live, you can get TRX. You will need to send it to the Clever Wallet app or the TronLink Pro extension or the TronLink Pro app, depending on where you work. And then you send the TRX to the smart contract. We will need to use the dot browser. That's a browser that's inside the wallet. Or if you're using the TronLink extension on the laptop, you will need to install it. Let me guide you through. When making a deposit, let's say you open a website, you get the link from your friend or your upline, and you go to the website. You will see on the telephone three stripes here in a box. When you press it, it will open up a sub-menu. Make a deposit, personal wallet, marketing plan. We press make a deposit. Oh, that was my last deposit. Oh, as you can see, you can type away the numbers and you can just place something there. I always do 500 deposit. And you can see, I will deposit. You will get a menu. And you will need to accept the transaction. You do not see that on the Zoom, but as soon as you accept it, it will say success, check personal wallet. Of course, that is when it's going correctly. If you do not have energy, I always rent energy. If you do not have energy or you do not have enough funds, it will go like this. Insufficient balance, insufficient energy, or cancelled. Okay, now you got touched that step. We're going to press the three stripes again, and we're going to go to personal wallet. By going to personal wallet, you will see that my current daily profit, yesterday I withdrew during the webinar of 2 days ago. You can see my current daily profit is 1.2 because I'm getting a 0.2 hold bonus. And as you can see, I already withdraw quite an amount with my referral income coming directly in my wallet. We have one amazing statistic that I would love to show you. We are truly proud our tech team built that. You can see here a button that says Troncase network. If you press it, it will open up a new page. And this is our best transparent edition we ever could think of. Here you can enter your address. Then we press search. And as you can see here, my address comes up. It shows a little plus, but let's first focus on the more important part. If I hover or press my finger, if I'm on the telephone, on the address, you can see I bring in over 2 million TRX now. And I have 275 team members. You can check how it works. You can see that all the back statistics. And the most important part, we can unfold it. I believe now it works for 6 or 7 levels deep, or maybe it works for all. So at least they're working on it. You can see here, if you have one downline and you want to know how he is working, you can check, is he doing the right thing? Is he not doing the right thing? I can see my friend, he's bringing in some people and more people. And you can just see how your team is working. You can see multiple levels deep. So that's the one part. And of course, many of you are asking, what's the contract balance? We are open and transparent. You see on the website is a button here that says check the contract. When you press it, you will be directly taken to Tronscan, the official Tron blockchain. It will show you the contract balance. That is in the moment over 9 million TRX, and there is $313,000 invested. So yeah, that's a little bit how it works. You can check here. Our contract source code is perfect match and it's verified. Our team did a run with 200 runs. And that's a little bit how it works. And for those wanting to know more, of course, you can invest and withdraw with our contract without using the website. We have 4 websites in total. So if you need, some information or you need an extra site, we have them. 2 of them are openly known. 1 of them not. That we are, 2 of them not. I mean, this is our presentation. I'm going to now focus on the. I'm going to focus on